everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Tiffy Starchild. Let me tell y'all about the worst summer I've ever had in my whole entire life. I come from a really big family, and one of my aunts was also my godmom. Her name is Auntie Coco. She's the absolute best. But my Auntie Coco had a daughter, Jessica, who was just 1 year older than me. What Auntie Coco would do whenever she signed Jessica up for something, she would also sign me up for something. Just while she was there, she would just sign me up and she would pay for it, and then I would be suddenly enrolled in a new activity. Now, as an adult, I'm super grateful for that because that's a blessing. I got to do all kinds of really cool stuff that I probably would not have done otherwise because I was just signed up for it and told to go do it. So as an adult, I'm looking back on it and it was super dope, and I'm super grateful. But as a kid, it was not that fun. It was the worst. I was not that grateful, and the worst summer ever was when they sent me to sports camp. Me. They sent me to sports camp. I don't know what I did to deserve that. I did something because I got sent to sports camp, National Youth Sports Program. So they were serious about sports. And as a quick disclaimer, I don't have anything against sports. Just maybe not, they're not for me. I like the sports, but let me tell you what I like about sports. I like the snack bar. Tailgating. I love Super Bowl parties because I really like making snacks for people, and I like being a hostess. That makes me really excited because I just get hyped for that, and I like the energy of games. I like cheerleaders with their sparkly outfits and their long eyelashes. Those are the things that I like about sports, to be perfectly honest. And I'm not hating on them. They're just, like I said, they're not really for me. Sports camp for an entire summer. So what we would do, we would have to go over to the city college and get dropped off there. And from there, we would take buses, sometimes to different areas. We would go to a golf course somewhere, or racquetball courses or courts somewhere or something. And we would have to do it was like a whole summer full of PE. It was a whole summer full of PE. And you know what my favorite part of the day was? It was in the day when we were waiting for the buses to pick us back up again, and they gave us snacks. And it wasn't even necessarily snacks that I liked. It was goldfish. I don't even like goldfish. So I was a kid. I'm probably 9, 10 years old. And I remember the counselors and the coaches, I guess, that were guiding us through these sports were probably, when we were kids looking up, they were probably so ancient and old, but realistically, probably 19, 20 years old, 23 at the most. So just young people trying to guide children along in sports. Every week we had different sports units, obviously. It would be baseball, or it would be soccer. We might golf, play racquetball. We would do track and field, and I'm sure that for some children, basketball, for some kids, that sounds like a dream come true. And for me, it was just literal torture. And they would try to pepper in things to make it fun because it was summer camp. So we would have a talent show. I remember I was really hyped for that talent show, and I was gonna sing Part of Your World from The Little Mermaid because I didn't know any real songs. I just knew Disney songs. The only real song that I knew was Waterfall by TLC. Those were the only ones. And even then, the day of the talent show, I didn't go because I got really shy and really had a lot of stage fright. And I knew that if I went, I was going to have to perform. And my anxiety just wouldn't allow me to be great. And I remember I pissed off one of the counselors a lot because we went to a baseball game because every once in a while we didn't have to play sports. We just got to sit and watch the sports. And at some point, I had to go use the bathroom, or I wanted a chili dog or something, and he missed a really big play in the baseball game, and he was really upset with me. Oh yeah, and you know what? That's why I didn't go to the talent show. It wasn't anxiety. He told me he was gonna make me run laps, and I was like, man, do I want to share the gift of Disney with all my new summer friends and sing them this Little Mermaid song, or and have to do these extra laps that this bitter old teenager is going to make me do? He was really upset. He was like, ooh, I remember he was like, ooh, you gonna do so many laps tomorrow. Ooh. It wasn't anxiety. I don't think I even had anxiety like that as a kid. That's a recent development. Like, I get it, I'm sure, but you signed up for this job, buddy, to teach children. Like, kid, I have needs, which was either to use the restroom or to eat. One of those, I don't know. And I remember they had like this whole punishment system where, you know, if you did something wrong, you had to stop and give 150 jumping jacks, like right there, right in front of your group. Like the whole sports camp was pretty big, but we were broken off into different classes of about maybe like 25 kids. I think that I did a really good job the entire summer being super good, not having to do these jumping jacks, which is surprising because one of the things that you could do that would get you in trouble is talk too much. And, you know, and I was doing pretty good for the entire summer, and I don't really know what I did. I got caught slipping, but something happened where the instructor was like, okay, we were lining up at the very end of the day to go get our snacks so that we can go home to the buses. So it's at the end of the day, and I don't know what happened, but he was like, you have to do the 150 push-ups. Now, relevant to the story, I hit puberty mad early. So just, it all grew very, very early. So even though I was 9, 10, maybe 10, 11 at this sports camp, I was strapped. All right, you understand? Telling me to do 150 jumping jacks in front of an entire class, a group of kids my age, a lot of them boys and just so stupid. They were going to bounce, and it was going to be embarrassing. And of course, me being that young, I couldn't really articulate that to the instructor. So I was just like, no. He was just, because no one had ever said no to him. No one just responded no. And it wasn't even me just trying to be just defiant. It's because I literally was too embarrassed. It was in front of everyone. Everyone was lined up against the gate. We were on this like asphalt hill, and they were all just looking at me and watching me. And I didn't know how to say like, my boobs are too big. If I do jumping jacks in front of everyone, they are going to bounce a lot, and it's going to be terrible for me, and I don't want to do that, and all of these things that I could not say as a child. So I just kept saying no, and for whatever reason, this instructor thought that him raising the number of jumping jacks that I had to do was going to somehow inspire me to do them. So he's 200, 300, 400, 500. He's going all the way up in numbers. He gets all the way up to 900, and me, the child in the situation, I'm like, this is getting kind of ridiculous. This is just someone's gonna have to give, and I guess it's gonna have to be me. And so I was just like, okay, well, I'll do push-ups, but I won't do jumping jacks. And I know it came off with just that much attitude, but it really wasn't coming from a place of attitude. I did not know how to explain it. It wasn't that I was against doing something for talking out of turn or whatever it was that I did. I just did not want to do the jumping jacks specifically. And so push-ups, sure. Why I chose push-ups? Now that's a bold choice. I could have done almost any other childlike activity, but push-ups for some reason, I can't do 5 push-ups now. So why I thought I was gonna sit up and do 900 push-ups when I was a kid, I really don't know. But the instructor was just like, yeah, start that. So I get on the ground. We're on a slope, we're on asphalt, and so it's like cutting into my palms, and it's all bad. I get to 9 push-ups. I remember 9 push-ups with everyone in the class just watching, and the instructor just content in watching me do these push-ups. And on a golf cart, the director of the entire sports program rolls by, and because, you know, jumping jacks were the normal acceptable punishment, he's like, Tiffany, why? And I don't know why he knew me by name. I had not really interacted. I must have had like some kind of reputation or something, because he's, Tiffany, why are you doing push-ups? And I said, well, I'm doing push-ups because I wouldn't do jumping jacks. And he goes, well, how many push-ups do you have? And I just give him the saddest look that I can, down on the floor on the ground with my hands pressed into the asphalt. 900. It was so dramatic. It was such a dramatic moment. And I just remember him just going, get up, get back in line, go get your snack. And I didn't have to do anything at all. And I know that instructor was pissed. He looked so scandalized. He was so upset. And I just feel like now as an adult looking back on it, you know he got pulled into the office. Like, you can't force children to do 900 push-ups. Nothing about that. That should have been de-escalated a long time ago. Such a long time ago. Those are my memories of sports camp. Those are the memories that I have associated with sports. And I don't know what made me think about that this morning, where I was like, you know what? Let me tell everyone about my terrible experience at sports camp. That was a rough summer, and I just wanted to share that with y'all. Haha. I hope that you're having a great night. Just wanted to share that quick little story time with you. Please don't forget to like this video, subscribe. Tell me about like a really awful summer that you had as a kid. Cause look, you survived. Here we are. Sports camp. Have a good night.